With the 54th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Lajae Jones, forward out of Florida State and also formerly out of my alma mater, St. Bonaventure. You're watching Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Tyler Smith, and we are presented by Prize Picks, here to break down in full the Warriors' selection of Lajae Jones, 54th overall. I'll tell you guys right now, spoiler alert, I think this is an awesome pick for Golden State, and you're going to definitely love him during Summer League at minimum. What is your one-word reaction the Warriors selecting Lajae Jones at 54? Let me know down in the comment section what your one word is. Just plain up one word reaction to the 54th overall pick, second round selection by the Dubs. Lajae Jones comes in here out of Florida State most recently, but began at the JUCO level and then moves on to St. Bonaventure back in 2024-25, and then ends up transferring up into the Power 5 level in the ACC to Florida State. 6'7", really long wingspan on him here, and he just does a lot of stuff for you on the offensive end, but obviously offers great versatility defensively with his size, athleticism, and frame. 13 points per game last year, 6 boards, and he's got a solid athletic profile. He was in the college dunk contest this past year. Good overall footwork, too. I mean, in terms of when he puts the ball on the deck and tries to get to his spots in the mid-range, he does a really good job there at staying square to the basket. And he's a good, tough shot maker and taker at the college level. Physical defender who can handle quicker players, too. So he can guard, ones, twos, threes, maybe even some fours that are a bit undersized. Solid shooting mechanics, but the results aren't there yet. Like the percentages for him have not, been what people have wanted from Lajae Jones. I mean, if this guy was shooting 37% from three-point range this year, he may have been a first-round pick. I'm that serious about how good this player is. The first time we watched him play, myself and Nick Rohloff of the Heat Report here at Chat Sports, he's a former St. Bonaventure alumni too, and we all said, okay, this kid may have a chance at going pro, and now he's drafted to Golden State. 13 a night last year and 30 minutes a game for the Seminoles. Nearly 6 boards, a steal and a block a game. He makes defensive plays on that end, but the efficiencies just weren't really there. I think in a Warriors system who we know shoots a lot of threes, they're going to have him working. They're going to get that mechanic down, and he's going to be a pretty efficient three-point shooter at the next level. I don't think this is going to be a situation for Golden State where, like Alex Tui last year, where we never see him in a Warriors uniform. I actually do believe he is going to be a facet of this rotation at some point. Like, imagine if Guy Santos could, throw down a windmill between the legs dunk. Like that's essentially what we're getting here with Lajae Jones, and he can knock down the outside shot and makes good decisions and probably a better overall shot creator than a guy like Guy Santos is in Golden State at this point. With that being said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is why you subscribe. When Warriors news goes down, when they make a move on this roster, like taking a player in the NBA draft, we're bringing you guys a video. And free agency is going to heat up. They're going to pursue LeBron James as much as they can. They're going to pursue some probably big trade targets throughout the summer too. So I want you guys to be locked in. Number one source for Warriors content all offseason is here at Warriors Today. Hit that sub button right now. We'll keep talking Lajae Jones, the Dubs, and the second round of the NBA draft in just a second. First, a word from our sponsor over at Prize Picks, America's #1 app for sports picks, where you just pick more or less on a few player stats, lock in your lineup, and you win real money while watching your favorite sports. World Cup's going on right now. I've been taking advantage of all the fun there is to be had on Prize Picks with the World Cup, when I can take more or less on stats like passes attempted, goalie saves, goals allowed, clearances, crosses, cards, goals plus assists. They have it all on Prize Picks. You can even combine those picks with baseball, MMA, golf, whatever else is on the sports calendar. And one thing I love about the app is their new social feeds feature, where you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups with a single click. You can even follow me on the app at Tyler J. Smith to see some of my lineups. And I got one that's going on in the WNBA and in the World Cup here with Vinicius Jr. to go out there and score a goal, followed by Caitlin Clark more than points, and Angel Reese more on rebounds. You can take my picks or fade them. Just do it at Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use the code HMA, and you're getting $50 in lineups instantly after your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA. You play your first $5, and $50 is deposited instantly into your account with Prize Picks in lineups, by the way. The link to download the app is clickable in the comment section and description of today's video. So Lajae Jones, welcome to the Golden State Warriors here. Let's think about the fit that he will have. Good, off-the-ball player, but I'm curious to see how the offensive philosophy actually does switch for the Dubs this year. Remember, bringing back Steve Kerr, they didn't want to run the same song and dance again. So how is he going to factor in? Well, on the wing for Golden State right now, they obviously have Jimmy Butler, sidelined. Moses Moody, sidelined. Guy Santos, and then, who else on the wing for Golden State for the most part? Am I forgetting any names here? I don't really believe that I am. I mean, Yaxel Lendeborg, he's going to play a good bit of, I guess, small forward at times for Golden State too. But unless they add somebody in free agency that's like an instant impact guy on the wing, they don't really have a lot of guys. Parker, I'm not forgetting any like guys on the wing here for the Dubs. Moody's injured, Butler's injured, and then you got Guy Santos. As far as rotation players go, that's it. So we could absolutely expect a name like Lajae Jones if he plays well in Summer League, if he comes to training camp and outplays all the other guys who are fighting for two-way spots and Exhibit 10s and all that stuff. He could be on this roster and maybe in the rotation, the early portion of his rookie season. He spent a lot of time at the college level at this point, rising up the ranks. He's gotten better basically every single season. So, yeah, I'm in on Lajae Jones actually being a rotation player for your Dubs. Let's roll through the second round of the NBA draft here and see how things fell, because there was a player that fell pretty drastically in round 2 that I thought Golden State was a team that gave him a promise of, but they ended up not getting him. He actually ended up going a couple picks before the Dubs selected. At the first pick of the second round, Bruce Thornton was traded up for by the Houston Rockets, big-time scoring guard. Undersized as almighty hell, though, out of Ohio State. Richie Saunders off the torn ACL. He goes to the Grizzlies as a good movement shooter, an energy guy. Then we got Isaiah Evans at pick 33 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. This was also in that trade. I believe this is involving the Julius Randle trade with the Nets and Bulls and whatever happened there. He goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Another one of those archetypal 6'5" guards who can shoot it off the catch and maybe play some defense on that end. Malik Thomas goes 34th to the Cleveland Cavaliers here as a tough shot-making guard who can put the ball on the deck and will give you good energy on both ends of the floor. Trayvon Brazile, you want to talk about energy and just pop in his game. He's a great play finisher and lob threat, expanded upon the three-point shot. He goes to the Nuggets, 35th overall. Baba Miller, another around-the-rim big, goes off the board at 36 to the Clippers here. So we'll see as they try to recreate Ivica Zubac in the aggregate what they do in the front court. Ryan Conwell goes 37th. He ends up with the Miami Heat here after a couple of trades, and he's going to be a guy who they probably rely upon as an off-the-bench scorer here as they kind of gutted their roster to go out there and get Giannis. Braden Smith goes out there and gets drafted by Indiana, I should say. Makes sense. Purdue guy going to Indiana, like undersized guard, TJ McConnell clone. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Jack Cahill goes out of Germany to the New York Knicks. They're at 39, and then the Boston Celtics take Dylan Mitchell, 40th overall. Otega Owe goes 41st, eventually gets traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder, so another on-the-ball scorer there. Jacoby Gillespie, the first guard taken by San Antonio in this draft, and the only one, not a big, going to the Spurs out of Tennessee. Tyler Bilodeau out of UCLA, he ends up going to the Brooklyn Nets there. And then Malik Brown, the big man out of Duke, who can kind of stretch the floor a little bit, really good toughness and hustle on him. He also ends up in San Antonio. Emmanuel Sharp ends up going 45th to the Sacramento Kings, followed by Felix Okpara, Tyler Nickel, which the Knicks, they rich get richer there. He's one of the best shooters in the entire draft. Toby Lawal goes to the Mavericks out of Virginia Tech, followed by Bryce Hopkins out of St. John's, the third player taken from the Red Storm in the NBA draft. First time it's ever happened in the modern era. Jaden Bradley, he goes 50th, kind of a Raptors-coded pick out of Arizona there. Isaiah Nelson, athletic, shot blocker, rim runner, rebounder. He goes to 51 to the Orlando Magic. I like that pick for them. And then Henry Vasar was the player we were kind of waiting on for Golden State, but he goes a couple picks before to the Atlanta Hawks after a couple trades there. And then Ugonna Onyenso, he out of Virginia, big-time shot blocker, goes 53rd to the Pistons. There we get Lajae Jones, 54th overall to the Dubs. And meanwhile, Nick Martinelli, a player I actually predicted would go to the Dubs right before the pick was announced, he goes to the Clippers, followed by Mavericks guy there at 56, and that's where we're at as the time of recording in this video here. But Lajae Jones, you are a Golden State Warrior, man. Good defensive versatility. He's got good three-point mechanics. The percentages will rise, and he plays above the rim, too. Elite athlete. I really love watching him play when he was a Bonnie man, and I'm excited to see him be a Warrior. He could get some big-time opportunity early. Grade the pick of Lajae Jones to the Golden State Warriors down in the comments section, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know what your thoughts are for the newest member of Dub Nation. I'm giving this pick, maybe biasly, an A. Yeah, the Warriors needed more help on the wing. Just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I kind of didn't realize how bleak things were at that spot. I mean, when you're looking at position groups on this team and Hal Horford and Kristaps Porzingis are not the worst position group that you got, then you kind of have some problems with Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody on the sideline here. So he fills in very nicely. Love the 3-and-D ability. A grade for me. That will do it for today's show. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, youtube.com/WarriorsTV for the latest and greatest on your Dubs all offseason long. We'll see you guys next time. And as always, let's go Dubs.